Wait. This is even on. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? I am great, which I up to very recently wasn't really feeling. So lately I've been feeling quite unmotivated with everything really, but that was mainly because I had been feeling for a while that I was creating momentum and moving up in this positive slope, and then suddenly it all felt like it crashed, or I entered this plateau. For a little bit I held myself prisoner to wondering if it was all worth it. And I say I held myself prisoner because I wasn't just discoursing mentally whether or not a certain venture was worth putting my energy in. I was criticizing my innate ability to accomplish something, to follow through with said venture, to like actually get where I wanted to get. And I was just being way too hard on myself and demanding way too much of myself, which is actually often my biggest struggle. Just a few minutes before sitting down here to record this, actually, I wondered, when should I give up on something? Especially if I put so much effort and seem to be following all the guidelines, but I'm just not seeing results. For instance, let's say you're trying to do shadow work, which I talk a lot about in my Instagram account, but you feel like the results or the healing or the self discovery that you should be having isn't showing up. Or if you're trying to align yourself with a certain outcome, but your physical reality doesn't seem to be catching up with like you're thinking up here or feeling in here. Even if you're just someone that's trying to create content, let's say, and you feel like everything is oversaturated and you can't seem to get anywhere, which by the way, goals are very arbitrary and that's like a whole conversation that needs to be had. But like, yeah, this applies to this situation as well. If you've ever felt like, whatever your situation is, if you've ever felt like giving up, listen up because this is for all of us that honestly have. Personally, I think this is just what I've come up with according to my own experience, and you're free to feel otherwise. But personally, I think that you should only give up, or I only allow myself to give up in most cases, if I don't like the person that I am while I'm trying to chase a certain thing or achieve a certain thing or do a certain thing. I think you should only give up when you don't like the person that you are, when this thing that you're wondering about, contemplating about, is your whole reality. If this thing was your whole reality, or if this thing that you're pondering about was your whole reality, would you like the person that you would be? And if the answer is no, to me, that is when you stop. Because oftentimes, in my experience, when we're trying to align our desires with the action that we're taking, and we're trying to embody who it is that we would be if we were already receiving the things that we're working towards, we don't straight away see results. Actually, often it even seems like things are getting darker and sadder and more stale. Like I said, I've been feeling a bit low these past couple days, and that was because I was feeling like I wasn't feeling as fulfilled as I thought I should be doing all of these things that I have pure passion and enjoyment and curiosity for. And this is just another identity attachment trap that only one particular source can make you feel fulfilled with yourself, with your whole being. But today I went to the beach with my partner, with my boyfriend, and we sat right where the sea meets the rock pier, and I could feel some of the mist of the waves on my skin. And in that crashing breeze, I just couldn't hold on to that emotional pressure that had been building inside of me for a bit now, and I just broke down. I don't know where I read this particularly. It was a very long time ago. I'll add some research that I'll do while editing. But I remember reading that when crying, if you let your tears run on your face for longer, it helps you process your emotion a lot better than just quickly wiping them away, because that can subconsciously have the messaging that your emotional expression isn't okay, it's not positive, it can't be seen. So, between letting those tears run and also having the opportunity to talk through everything that was happening in my mind, because up to then it was just happening in my mind. So it was like a bottle ready to pop, especially getting it out with someone who I knew could offer me a comprehensive outside view. Because a lot of times, distance from your feeling that you're experiencing in that moment really helps with having clarity as to what is going on, what this whole picture is. I was able to understand that I've actually felt this way billions of times before. And it's always the same process. I put in the work, I see momentum building, but when it reaches a certain point that it plateaus and I start feeling like I'm not moving forward, I feel stuck and I judge myself. But I also realize that oftentimes I don't give up and I keep going. And it's all based on that one question that I ask myself, that is, do I like the person that I am while doing this? 9 times out of 10, I do. So I keep going because I'd rather be the person who does these routines, develops these habits, spends time thinking and learning about things and doing new things and experiencing, because all that makes me happy and makes me feel good and motivated to keep going. But that one time I do give up though. It's when the answer to that previous question is no. Normally, the times that I keep going after that microdose of an existential crisis, that's when the barrier to that milestone breaks. It was actually worth pushing through. Some people will say that's the universe testing you, but I don't really like using that expression, because to me it seems like you need some sort of merit to desire things and to have goals. And I don't believe that you do, especially if you have pure intentions and desires. So I don't like to see these situations where you need to decide if you push through and give up as a test. Instead, I like seeing them as opportunities that you're being given to respond in a way that not only aligns with the person you would be if this was already your reality, if that dream was already yours, if that goal was already achieved, but also in a way that will actually physically bring you closer to that goal, to that milestone. So, to wrap this up, if you're wondering if you should give up, ask yourself first, do you like the person that you are when you're doing this? And if the answer is yes, you act in a way that embodies the version of you that already has this, has already achieved this goal, and in a way that actually brings you closer to where you want to be. I hope I made myself clear, and I hope this reached you, the person watching this who may have wanted to give up or wants to give up, and has found a glimpse of hope, and if not, at least some clarity as a way in which you could orient yourself towards the best decision for you. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.